Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This video is a continuation of my Moterm Versa personal planner review. This one is a comparison between the Moterm Versa and the Gillio Medium Mia Cara. And the reason why I split my review into two videos is because the comparison was taking up a lot of time and I felt like it was taking the focus away from my review of the Versa. I was also handling some personal stuff that week. My son and I both got sick. I think we both ate something funky. And thankfully we're both a lot better now, but that still wasn't a very good time. So I decided to just focus on my rest and recovery and split my video in two so that I didn't have to edit so much in one sitting. And that's why the comparison was split into its own video. The beginning and the ending is abrupt since it wasn't meant to be split into like this. Alright, that's it. Thanks for hearing me out. I hope you enjoyed the comparison and I will see you again at the end of the video. So now I'm going to compare the Moterm Versa to the Gillio Mia Cara. Here's how they both look without the inserts. Keep in mind that I got the Mia Cara pre-loved. And as you can see, it is very used. It's got a ton of patina and stains on it, so that might affect my comparison. Also consider that this is a polka leather, so if you have a Croco Mia Cara, things might be slightly different for you. But here they are side by side. My very first impression when I put these two together is the Mia Cara is slightly smaller than the Versa. As you can see, there is extra width on the Versa, and the Versa is also slightly taller, very slightly. Let me just grab a ruler to compare. So by my not so scientific measurements, the Versa is about a centimeter wider and about half a centimeter taller. I will list the official dimensions listed online below. So the Mia Cara is ever so slightly more compact than the Versa. That said, the Mia Cara feels heavier than the Versa. I think that's by virtue of the leather. You should also take into consideration the rings. The Gillio rings, the Krause rings, are a lot heavier than the Moterm rings. I can definitely feel a difference in the weight between these two. The Mia Cara is a lot heavier than the Versa. Another difference is the Mia Cara has a chunkier clasp than the Moterm, which I personally prefer. I love a chunky clasp. I think it makes the planner look really cute. More often than not, I will always go for the chunkier clasp. As far as clasp length goes, the Versa is a bit longer than the Mia Cara, just a little bit. About half a centimeter longer than the Mia Cara. You can also tell that the Versa has two poppers as opposed to Mia Cara's one. So you can stuff the Versa a lot more and you should be able to close it still. With the Mia Cara, you are limited to this one popper. So now let's compare the layout. And you can see that there is a difference. This little flap on the Versa is a lot wider than the Mia Cara. And the Versa has these card slots while the Mia Cara does not. Now let's open up the flaps here. You get even more card slots on the Versa, as I mentioned before. None on the Mia Cara. Both planners do have this gusseted pocket here, but the Versa's is a lot wider. This stencil fits the Versa very comfortably, and I do use this stencil on my planner pretty regularly, so I do want to have this on me. But it doesn't fit the Mia Cara. It's too wide. So storage-wise, the Versa wins out. Both planners also have this zipper pocket. The Mia Cara has it on the outside, while the Versa has it on the inside of the flap. So now I'm going to compare the pen loops. Moterm's middle pen loop here is a lot longer than the Mia Cara's. Let me see if I can try to show it. Yep, so as you can see, the Moterm's pen loop starts up higher, so the pen loop is deeper. It's also cut diagonally, while the Mia Cara has this scoop. And here I will say that the Mia Cara wins because I use a Uniball Signo pen for all of my planners. This is my favorite gel pen ever, so I don't ever want to switch out of this. And when I put it in the Mia Cara's pen loop, it fits very comfortably and I can take it out very easily. Just like that, it slips out pretty nicely. On the Moterm, this pen loop is way too deep for the Uniball signal. It fits just fine, but it dives in all the way, and then I have to try to dig it back out. And that can be easily solved by me not putting my pen in all the way, but I feel like if they were to just shorten the pen loop just a little bit, I wouldn't have that problem in the first place. I think this is a design improvement that they can do in future batches. For now, I don't think this pen loop is very pen friendly. It's also awkward to use this pen loop because this thing tends to stick to the lining, so I have to kind of dig it out and then put my pen loop back in. With the Mia Cara, I can just easily slip my pen in. And again, I don't know if it's just because this Mia Cara's been broken in or not, but that's just another detail that I noticed when I was using these two. Now on to the right side. Again, you get this little picture window on the Versa and 5 card slots, and then 6 card slots on the Mia Cara. I personally like having the picture window on the Versa. I think that's a fun touch. You can put whatever you want in it. It's not a deal breaker. I don't hate the Mia Cara for not having it, but I do prefer having this little picture window here. Both planners come with a back pocket. I should also mention that the Moterm Personal Planner, the regular one, also has a back pocket. And then moving on to the inner binder. The Mia Cara's inner binder is once again smaller than the Versa's. There's quite a bit of extra width on the Versa, about 1.5 centimeters. And height-wise, it is slightly taller, very, very slightly. So let me see if I can get a measurement here. Looks to be 1/4 centimeter. So not that much taller, but it is definitely wider. The Mia Cara doesn't come with a flyleaf, while the Versa does. And on the left side here, you get deco pockets on both. 4 card slots on the Versa versus the 3 on the Mia Cara. And then on the right side, you just get this leather flap on the Versa. While on the Mia Cara, you get this, I think it is a leather backing. I'm not sure what this is, but this is stiffer than the Versa. Yep, it gives the Mia Cara's inner binder a little bit more structure. Not too much, but you can definitely notice it. I do wish that this lining on the Mia Cara matched the leather. I'm not very fond of this color. I'm not really sure why they don't match it, but I definitely prefer the Versa's right side. Now, since the inner binder of the Mia Cara is narrower than the Versa, Franklin Covey compact inserts aren't going to fit as well. Here are my Franklin Covey inserts inside the Mia Cara, and as you can see, there is some overhang. It's not too horrible with the 25mm rings, but if you were to switch to 30mm, you're definitely gonna get a lot of overhang. I will say that the Franklin Covey compact inserts do fit pretty nicely in the Mia Cara when you're using the outer binder. So as far as Franklin Covey, both the Versa and the Mia Cara are good choices. So that's my quick comparison between the Moterm Versa and the Gillio Medium Mia Cara. If you have any more questions about these two, please do let me know. Hi, it's me again. So that was the comparison between the Moterm Versa and the Gillio Mia Cara. I know that was a very sudden ending, but that was all I had for that night's footage. Before I end this video, I just wanted to reiterate that I don't make these comparisons to undermine any one brand. I'm just trying to show you the factual differences between these two planners so that you can make an informed buying decision and you'll feel good about whichever one you choose. Of course, I did throw in my own opinions here and there, but for the most part, it's your planner, it's your money. Ultimately, it's your own decision, and I think either way you choose, you can't go wrong. And yeah, that's it for me for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing. I make more videos about journals, planners, and pens. This is Spellbound Notes, and I will see you next time. Bye!